Hello everyone, my name is Mowmaster. Welcome back to All the Mods 10. We're playing a Jedi Knight tonight. We were on by ourselves earlier, but we are playing with Jedi tonight. Boop. Get rid of that. Don't let people see that. Yeah, we're doing episode 5 finally. And I'm doing it, of course, the 4 hours, 6 hours before it needs to go up. So, or actually, technically 4 hours before it needs to go up because it has to get uploaded and then processed, right? So yeah, we're doing it right before it needs to go out again. Who would have thunk? Honestly, though, being able to respond to feedback has been really nice. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do this for a little while I'm allowed to, basically, while I'm not currently working. But I think once we get a job, we're gonna have to go back to recording a little bit on the weekends and or whatever my weekend becomes, I suppose. But yeah, so what's been going on with Mo lately? So I did not get the job offers that I thought I was going to get from Monday, which kind of made me sad initially. And I followed up follow-up calls to say, hey, are you still needing a position filled? Blah blah blah. Still haven't gotten any replies back, which is a little sad because I did kind of like the idea of working for like a fabrication company, but I recently, as of yesterday, uh, had an interview with an enterprise company who kind of does a little bit of everything. Not maybe not a little bit of everything, but yeah, I mean a little bit of everything within their like general field. And they are looking for someone who can do some dispatch. Dispatching people and whatnot. And I've done some dispatch in the past myself, so I'm just like, yeah, I can definitely handle that. It definitely doesn't sound like it's any like manager type stuff. At least, I mean, it could maybe turn into that maybe in the future, but for right now, it's definitely getting used to the regular dispatch type stuff. And yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty nice little job, kind of starting off. Getting back into a new company and whatnot. Obviously, I'm going to take a little bit of a pay cut here, which I think is expected, just because I'm going from doing what I was, and then where I live, there's not a whole lot of opportunities for what I was doing. But having said all that, this company does look like they have some growth potential into more of some of the technical fields. They're doing some reporting and data type stuff that is kind of more down what I have been doing at my previous company with the programming, making reports and stuff. So I'm like, hey, if that does become an opportunity, I'm here for it. But if anything, if I can get them, if I can get the job initially, and then if it comes to it where I can at least help them get kind of in an in between place so they can get someone hired and kind of already have a footprint kind of laid out, or like a framework kind of laid out for how they want things to be done. If I can help with that, even, I'm totally down for helping with that. Because obviously it's, when you help out a company, they typically look down more favorably on you for promotions and whatnot. So that's kind of the goal there. I think there's some opportunities to grow with this company, and it's actually made me fairly excited for this potential job. They actually mentioned that they're going to get back to me probably noon today, Central Standard Time, or somewhere around there, right? Somewhere in the afternoon. And I'm just like going, yeah, I would totally be down for either. I'll be honest, I think it's a second interview. But if not, I'm cool with that as well. If it's an actual offer, that'd be awesome. And the main reason is they're in kind of the bigger town, so it is a bit of a commute for me. But they do offer a full benefits package, which in my opinion is worth about $5 an hour. And so that would propel me up into kind of the amount of money that I kind of need per month to survive. So I think I can definitely get by for 6 months to a year at the wage they're offering, starting out at least. And then, like I said, if there is truly growth opportunities there, then we definitely have some growing room. And I talked about other opportunities, like my dad offering to pay off my house and me paying him back directly. That would like save me money and reduce my monthly expenses. So some of this would actually be more feasible, going that route as well. And I think I made a decision and including like feedback and stuff, right? A lot of people are like, it would be better to parents than to pay the another company. So I think that's good that we agree on that. So I think I will go that route. It's a very fortunate position to take, and my dad's offered me. It's kind of funny. As a kid, striving to always be independent on your own and doing your own stuff. My dad's actually offered me a similar deal throughout my time. I bought my first car, had to pay a loan on it for like basically 2 years it took to pay it off because it wasn't like an expensive car. It was a situation where I broke down going to PAC South because I drove the entire way, from middle of the Midwest kind of down to Texas, kind of the San Antonio, Texas, where PAX East was, or not PAX East, PAX South, excuse me. So that was over a 10+ hour drive down. And what's that Discord notification? It's my wife saying gaming something. Oh, hi, that's my desktop. Let me get back to my wife real quick here. Am I still gaming or coming to bed soon? I'm still doing some stuff, honey. Give me a break. No. So yeah. I broke down basically, and I needed a vehicle to get back home because I only had the weekend off from my job at the time, and I had to get back. And I managed to get a few more extra days off because I was like broke down, and my boss was like, "All right, I understand. We don't really need you at this time of year," because it was kind of the post Christmas season where it's like kind of slow for my industry. So yeah, I got lucky where I wasn't like critically needed at work at the time. Because I was still kind of getting used to being a manager. As kind of my first manager job at the time, kind of my first year doing it. So, I didn't have a huge amount of responsibilities at the time, but yeah, I got lucky and got some time off. But yeah, so I ended up getting a car that way. It was kind of one of those high interest car loans because they knew I was desperate and I didn't really have much of an option. Because if I would have got a bus ticket, the bus would have taken me through Colorado before returning to my state, and it looked like it was a 10-day trip, which I did not have enough vacation days for. So, and my dad actually offered to come down and get me, because take 2 days off and he would come down and get me. But I'm just like, no, Dad, I want to be independent. I want to do it myself. So I did. And then he offered to pay off my car because, again, it would have saved me a bunch on insurance. I'm like, no, Dad, I want to be independent. So he's offered it a couple times where I've, purchased vehicles on a loan. And he's like, hey, I can pay it off for you. And you just pay me back. And I'm just like, no, I want to do it myself. Let me be a big boy. And now that I'm an adult and I understand these things a lot better now, I've made the dumb decisions. I'm like, you know what, Dad, it might actually be worthwhile to have you do that for us. That would be a huge help, especially in these, trying times, so to speak. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna take him up on that offer for sure. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on with life right now. I have a job opportunity I'm really excited for. There's a lot of growth opportunities I think within that job, so I'm looking forward to that. And the lady that hired me, I did not let her know that my mother-in-law, my wife's stepmom, she actually works for this company. I completely didn't even think to mention it. I don't think it's going to matter whether I would get the job or not mentioning it. But yeah, I just forgot. It's like, I completely forgot to say that, but it doesn't really matter. I don't need that connection, I don't think, to get the position. And, it might be a little fun thing for her to be like, oh, I didn't know you work here. And it's like, yeah, I got hired on X, whenever, nice little small talk for one of the holidays coming up here. So, yeah, I don't know. It might be kind of fun to kind of surprise her on that. If she, she works in finance, so I'm sure she'll see it on the payroll if I get hired at this place. So, but yeah, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if she does the payroll, but I know she works somewhere in accounting or finance. So, but yeah, so yeah, opportunities for sure within this company, and it's exciting. It's exciting for sure. But yeah, so that's what's going on with life. I guess I will update you guys on Friday with how everything's gone so far. Maybe I get it, maybe I don't. We'll see. But yeah, I think for today's episode, now that we've squandered kind of the first 10 minutes, I have beefed up our amethyst production a fair bit. And I'm going to stop here. I don't think I want to go any further with amethyst production just because, we could really beef up amethyst production. We could go, whole hog. and just do all amethyst production. But I think that's going to be kind of boring for a series, just to min-max using amethyst here. What I would rather do, at least initially, and we, might find out that maybe this isn't super productive because I haven't gone out and actually mathed out how much mercury we're going to burn in order to do what I want to do here. But the idea is I want to produce infinite mercury using amethyst, and the idea is I want to convert amethyst down into the salamundic stuff, and I want to use salamundic to earn my mercury. The idea is one amethyst can turn into 16 of the salamundic, and then that's 80 mercury I could get from that. Realistically, it'd be 40 mercury and 80 of this alchemical salt. No, 32 alchemical salt. Yeah, 32 and 40. So yeah, that's kind of the idea. Is I want to make this. Basically, I'll make enough salts to produce the crystals and enough crystals to get maybe some extra mercury out of it. I'm thinking I could be completely wrong here, because it does take a mercury catalyst and some of these caloric flux emitters to run all these machines. So I could be completely wrong about the output of mercury here. And if that's the case, I mean, we just, instead of using salamundic for the salts, maybe we use amethyst instead, or something like that. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I suppose. So I am hoping that there's a net gain or a net positive off this process, but I haven't actually mapped it out yet. I really don't know. I haven't run the numbers on this yet. So this will be kind of fun to find out, kind of as a group, how this will play out. So, yeah, I've done a little prep work ahead of time. Obviously, we've made all the different machines for different processes. I'm going to use their mercurial transport system. It's not amazing by any means. Pipes, actually, I think Laser IO will be better, but we'll, I think, work on Laser IO in a future episode and redo the setup then. But yeah, I definitely need some workspace for all this, and I've set up a bit of workspace. So we ended up going with a regular pickaxe and vein mining all the obsidian out, mainly because I found out that the island is primarily stone on the outside. So if I break too much stone, I'll just be on the outside already of this island. I don't really want to do that. So that's primarily why I've just vein mined it. That way all the obsidian's gone. I've kind of cored it out. Some of the structure still exists on the inside, but yeah, for the most part, we just have a floor down here now, a work floor. So that's what we're going to roll with down here. What I will do is I do want to do some storage. I've run some numbers here. So we have 207 sulfurs, 23 night ores, and 4 salts, roughly needing about 62 by 2 drawers. So having said all that, we are going to kind of set up I won't set up drawers yet, but I do want to set up a spot here. Oops, let's kind of just go this way. So if I do 4 tall, so 2, 3, 4. So 4 tall, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then by 60, so we'd need 15, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so this whole space here that I'm walling off, I put drawers against this basically. And this will be our Salamundic and Theurgic storage basically. So that's actually not a bad wall here. And then storage, let's say we grab some other material blocks just to kind of mark out where we want this. This is gonna look really ugly temporarily. We're gonna come back and fix all this up after we've set all this out. But so storage will all be here. So storage will be here. Let's change this to a non-projectile, just so I'm not breaking through floors occasionally. So drawer, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, and 15 for drawers. And then I probably want a little bit of space outside of these drawers. just so we can walk around basically and look at them. So if drawers are here, probably want 3 blocks. So like right here. So this is all space that we'll have drawers and be able to use our drawers from. So basically we're starting our production from here. Give us a little walking room, right? So the wall kind of ends here. So that's 3 blocks. So yeah, probably go here. And 3 blocks from here. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Boom, 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 boom. Heard a zombie down here, but I don't see him. A little bit of running around. Alright, I think that will be enough. Kind of goes rocking and rolling here. Cool. Alright, so this will kind of be our work floor here. This space that I've carved out. 2, 3. Okay, what is up with this touch spell? It doesn't work all the time properly? I wonder if it's like server lag related, honestly. My connection looks fine, but that doesn't mean anything, I suppose. Yeah, I don't know. Something's going funny with this touch spell. I don't know what's wrong with it. Anyway, yeah, this will be our work floor here, so all this space. So the process, how this will break down, is we need to break down amethyst into liquefaction. Having said that, do I have... I don't have that, because I think we only really need one of these. So let's go up top here. And basically what it amounts to is we need basically a way to get water, which is this. It's just a storage drawer with a water upgrade in it, and it just makes infinite water. Then we can do the accumulator here, which will produce our Salamonic liquid. And I don't mind doing this, just wasting that, just because it's fairly common. And honestly, you know what we should do? We really should just make another fluid drawer. Sync search. Another fluid drawer. And we'll throw Salamonic in here, I believe is the way to go. Oh, the thing I didn't think about. Will that be fine? I think it'll be fine. And then that way we can just store a whole bunch of it, basically. What, 32 buckets worth? I think that's a fair bit, yeah. So, how that process works is we just need the tank with the accumulator on top. So, a little bit of water in here. So, we'll do water there, tank with accumulator, and then the output here. And kind of how that will look is inserter. So the inserter for the water goes here. The extractor goes there. That goes there. And then I will need one more inserter because I didn't plan on having one of these. So I need an inserter for this. And I probably need to make another extractor so we can extract it back out of there later. Cool. So we will do a insert here and extract on top. So kind of how this looks is we will extract from there, insert to here. As you see, it is filling up. And then extract from here, insert it there. And this will leave hanging just for the temporarily. And yeah, so without the Salamonic in here, it will just produce, but ever so slowly. If we add this in here, every bucket of water produces 1,000 millibuckets of Salamonic. So that's what we're going to roll with for now. It's not necessary, but if we have extra selemunic, we can run it this way. So for filling this up temporarily, I think I'm going to run this route, and I think it'll be fine. So there we go. We're producing plenty of the purple goo, which is what we need to kind of get rolling here. So the next step in this process is actually melting down our amethyst. So I'll have to move the amethyst production down here. But yeah, so liquefaction is the next process here. So how this works is we take our liqueficator. The mercury catalyst, we'll have to throw it somewhere reasonable. And yeah, so basically we're turning this into the alchemical sulfur. And then this is what I liked about Pedestal's filters. It showed me what was in here. Oh, we just say allow list amethyst. Yeah, sulfur, amethyst sulfur, okay. And then this is our extraction and stuff. Okay, so the next process here is the liquefaction. So, because this actually is needed for a fair bit of the processes, yeah, so 3 of the processes need this material. So what I'm thinking is, what is a good way? Should I put them in a line almost? Some of the processes need water as well, so I have to be a little bit careful here. Let's put this here. We'll throw the fluid inserter on here. And we'll throw the item extractor here. And we will add a bucket here, just for so we know. The item extractor, we have to put that on it. And then our cabling. So instead of going directly to here, we're going to make a side connection for this. And to do that, you just need a node. And the node, I will throw maybe here. So I'm going to come down 2 from the ceiling and throw my node down. The idea is the ceiling's going to have cables in it potentially at some point. And so I don't want to kind of crowd my flooring too much. But we'll go from here to there. Again, the little droopies that you see, a little annoying, but it's workable. And then that will go to my inserter. Again, the droopy, I would rather just have it go straight down. The droopy is kind of unnecessary in my opinion. But yeah, there we go. So we now have our liquefaction, and this will take our amethyst, and it will convert it down into our sulfur. So that is nice. So that is kind of the step 1 here from the main bit. And the next thing is we need to ferment everything. So, oh yeah, and how do I want to do this with the fermenters? Fermenters have a bit of automation they can do themselves. And that main step is, yes, it's this. Ooh, that's 10 buckets though. I might grab that with a, how much starter do I have? I have a fair bit of starter here. Let's grab all the starter for now. Let me grab a cardboard box, actually. I don't want to waste 10 buckets of this stuff. It is not cheap necessarily. And it's really not a bad process to take with us. Okay, so this will go down here. And this will be currently semi-automated. I will fully automate it at a point, probably with laser I/O, because it does require a little bit of redstone control, but not too badly. So the next process is we need to ferment down our amethyst sulfur into niter. So that takes water and a fermentation vat and the fermentation starter. So water there. We'll throw this maybe. Oh, I have 2 other processes I have to worry about, right? So 1, 2. Oh, that's enough spacing. So yeah, we'll throw the fermentation there. It needs water, so we'll do a water insert here. Oh, I'll need another one of these nodes. Let's do a node for water, just water alone. So that way our water node. Then I won't have to worry too much about doing some channel stuff, basically. So water there, water to there, and there to there. That's giving us water. Good, good, good. And then our this, sorry. Let's get some more connectors. Let's make this connector hell. Oh man. Did I not spell that right? Connection. Ho ho ho. Fancy. All right. Theoretically, I could get by just using one single connector, but connector hell it is. So we're going to go from there to there and there to here. Yeah, that doesn't look messy at all. You can see why I'm wanting to use laser arrow for this, because yeah, it's wire and connector hell is what it turns into, which is really unfortunate. But yeah, so this is where our sulfurs will go. They'll get fermented down with a fermentation starter. And so yes. Oh, you know what I might do? This process is getting very... Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking of putting this here. Because what this is the, to make fermentation starter, you need the sugar, the wheat, the seeds. So this is the fermentation starter. We'll have to link up that to this to fill it. And then when you right click on this, it will produce the starter, as you can see. So that's how we get the starter, and we'll have to just export it into this one, where our other bits will go. But anyways, yeah. Oh my gosh, this wire hell is giving me a headache already. Yeah, fun times. Yeah, I won't worry about that right now. Okay, so the next step in the process here is, so we're using water. Oh yeah, I need to get the alchemical niter here. So, oh, that's where the fluid that's where the extra bits came from. Item extractor. Wait. Wait. I made a boo-boo. This is an item inserter. We insert the sulfur, not extract. Cool. We got that down. Okay. Oh, right. I have to power that. Right. I was wondering why that wasn't working. Okay, so we have more starter. We have plenty of starter in here. And then we'll put the sulfur in there. Cool. So that's the sulfur process. And then we'll extract the niter form from there. So now we need to decompose that or digest it. So now we're getting the rare gem niter, and we're digesting that. And so the digestion, that is going there. So let's just throw these like here for now. So this will be one of our digestion chambers. I think, you know what I think we're going to do? I think we're going to take both of these. And the other digestion chamber will throw kind of equidistance here. in a way, in a weird way. Fluid inserters, both. Cool. So we'll throw inserters there. I'll throw the other bucket in there. And we'll grab our wire. And our wire is currently going to wire hell. Cool. There you go. It's dissipating and filling up our 10 bucket doodads. All right, so this one, I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the... oh, that's kind of a funny looking little blip. This one I'm going to make our... It's going to make our common. So we're going to throw the rare in there. That's going to produce our common. Yes, this will produce our common. And then the common, so 4 commons. So 1 rare makes 4 commons. 4 commons makes 16 abundance. So that's how we're going to process this. So I need another extractor. So this will then extract from there, I suppose. So I need another inserter. So I'm 1... Oh, the fluid inserter goes over here. Okay. Fluid inserter. Connector hell. There we go. Golly. Oh, man. That's getting rough. Okay. So we need an item extractor. Doesn't really matter if you have an extractor and inserter. They kind of combine one into the other, which is kind of a nice feature. Yet the fluid ones don't do that for some reason. I don't know. Okay, so there we go. We have the inserter. So we have the common, and then the wire for common goes to here. This will take the common and produce the other one, which I need another. Did I not grab? I didn't make enough. Cool. Not enough preparations. Didn't think through everything apparently, so that's fine. That is an extractor, so we don't have to worry too much about that. We will extract from this side again, and we'll throw the abundance here. So all of our abundance that we are getting, that now goes into a whole nother process, and that process is the conversion process. So the way this works is we want to make the sulfur. And the way it works is this is a 1-to-1 ratio, because if this is a crystal and this is a crystal nitor, we can convert it 1-to-1 into this, is how that works. So from here, we're going to extract into our main process here. And I guess I will just throw this here. So we'll do it in this step here, the target and the source. And do I want to, you know what, actually, let's do this, a little bit of separation. We'll throw this here, throw that there, and the source here. So the way this works is what you want to convert into something, you throw in the first one. What it's being converted into, so this won't get used up. The sulfur will be like the what it's making, but it won't ever get consumed. And then this is where the production will go. So we're going to extract from this guy, and we're going to be extracting the sulfur, or the chemical sulfur will always be extracted from there. Nothing else can be extracted. We are then inserting into here. I might just throw this in. Let's do this instead. Wait, no, this doesn't need extraction. Yeah. That goes there. This never gets reset. This always stays that way, so we don't need to touch that. This will then extract the bits that are finished. And this does get powered with a sulfuric flux emitter, but it uses the same power as everything else. So it is what it is, I suppose. All right, so now we get to the big process. So that's kind of the side process to convert everything. So now we're basically producing the sulfur for this. The last step in this process, or one of the last couple steps in this process, is now the production. So to make the crystals, you have to incubate a few different things to make the crystals. So we're going to throw our incubator. Actually, I don't know if there's a range in the flux emitter. I want to make this kind of front and center here. Sulfur incubator. So this is our sulfur that we're producing. Our salt, which we're going to be secondarily producing. So yeah, and these are all different vats for the different things, right? So item inserter. We're going to say, ooh, you know what I should do? I should actually change up the order here just to make it more in line with what I'm doing here. Do I want to put it directly behind? No, I don't think I will. I think I'll do it this way. So we'll do this. So we're gonna do the reverse setup here. This and then that. So all of our inserting will be on this guy. There to there. Our source bits. Oops, I need one of these back. No, where'd my sulfur go? Never mind. Floundering a little bit here. There's my source, and that's the end. We'll extract from here, and we'll insert into here our sulfur. So this will only ever have that, and this will only ever have that. That is how that sulfur production will roll. Cool. Okay. So that is the sulfur production side of things. The next two steps are actually not super bad. The next two bits are really pretty easy. We have the oven and the distiller. Basically, you throw crystals in and you get the materials back out. We are going to have to do some fancy logistics with this, so it's not going to be fully automated with this mod. You could finagle it with like some Minecraft mechanics and some redstone mechanics to make it work. But I'm not going to finagle it in this episode because we're going to end up reworking it with Laser AO. The reason why we're not doing Laser AO right now is that Laser AO is a little bit more GUI intensive on the setup, and there's a few things we'll have to work through with that as well. And there's a bunch of materials that go into this, right? So there's a lot of iron we'll have to make, a fair bit of quartz and some gold and some clay. So yeah, I wanna make all the stuff for Laser AO using this mod basically, which is why I want to get kind of infinite Mercury set up. So I'm always good on Mercury and other bits, right? So yeah, that's kind of where this whole idea came from, is kind of a pretty much fully automated process for this. And yeah, so the next bit we're going to do is the salt. So the salt's pretty easy. Just the calcinic oven with an insert and extract. And like I said, that we're going to extract from here. Now, actually, I should probably do a filter for the salt, just so we're not getting anything excess. So I'll throw the salt in there. Extract salt only. And then this will be insert salt. And that's just a simple cable over. Simple and done. And then last but not least, we have the mercury distiller. So this is where we're hopefully going to produce extra mercury, basically. And this is a pretty simple thing as well. In fact, I should probably grab another filter for this. I should have some filters made already. Boom, 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 boom. Oop, do that. Mercury, go. And I might just line this up directly here, because there's not really any need not to. I'll make another extractor with a filter, and another insertor with a cable. There we go. That's kind of that process. So that will be making our mercury. Mercury there, salt here, and we'll make more mercury there. So that'll be mercury. This will be salt, and that will be our sulfurs that we're producing. So yeah, that's kind of how that's going to look. And the last bit here is to power everything, right? and that is this this Mercury flux emitter, basically. So how this will work out is I would probably want to put this somewhat semi-central to all these machines, which is kind of here-ish. So 1, 2 for the floor. Put my doodad there. And the thing is with this is I will split off half, in theory, half of what comes out of here will go there until it's full, and the rest will go in the pot. And I might just have to have like a storage barrel for any excess that doesn't fit. Otherwise, this system could clog up. So the idea is there first, there second. Maybe one, maybe there first, there second. I don't know. We'll have to figure out some priority system to see, make sure everything flows properly. And then, am I forgetting anything right now? Oh, right. I gotta set this up. So the way this gets set up, so this is a sulfuric flux emitter. You right-click on all 3 items in order, and that's how you set up that. So that's pretty easy. The next one, for the caloric, you shift right-click, and then each one of, you have to use 1 per machine. So any machine that uses energy, you have to use 1 for each. Excuse you. Grab the base of that. And last but not least, our incubator. Like that. So this will then spread out the love, so to speak, to all of our different machines. And we're gonna hit it with a little bit of fuel to start off with, and yeah, that should be kind of the whole process. So basically the only bit I haven't set up yet is to basically get all of our amethyst kind of downstairs into our system. So that's the one process we haven't done, and then obviously the fully automating everything, because there is a little bit of like opening and closing these automatically. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on a timer, and I have to time out kind of how long it takes to make alchemical sulfurs into other components, and then we have to put it on a timer. So basically what the redstone control does is when you give this a redstone signal, it will close the barrel, and when you release that redstone signal, it will open the barrel. And so you kind of have to do this close and open on a cycle so that you can produce items and then have the items sent out, and then items transferred in at the same time. So there's kind of a multi-step process going on there. And so that's kind of why we have to do all that. So yeah, whole bunch of stuff going on, and that should be how that all plays out. I'm extractor. Goes to here, yeah. Hello, are you not working? Is it not inputting because there's already an item in there? We're on a test here. Also, when it fully fills up with a product, it will open itself back up as well. So, but that's the part with the redstone control issue is a mold into a bottler. Okay, this is also not... Oh, this is not extracting because I don't have it set up. Doop-a-doo. Okay, so will this now send its... Negative Ghost Rider? Okay. Now it works. Okay, yeah. There's definitely a funny thing happening with. They're not super reliable. They have. I don't know what the mod author is using to check update ticks. I do know that they're not doing it properly in some instances. So in the instances where I don't think they're doing it properly, what's happening effectively is like, so if I put items into these Mercury vessels and the incubator is running, making items, what will happen occasionally is basically, as you saw just there briefly, it will update in your inventory. This obviously didn't because it wasn't consuming it. But like I put Mercury in there and it got consumed, but then it gave me back the wrong stack and then recorrected itself. That's technically a client issue, but that means they're not updating their block on both client and server side. So yeah, they have a few block updatey issues going on that they're maybe not doing completely correctly, but it's something we can overlook, temporarily because it's not that big of a deal. But it is definitely a little bit of a concern of mine that might maybe could be resolved at some point. So yeah, there is some definitely oddities going on. That's just like you might want to fix that at some point, but it's not anything worth complaining about currently. But yeah, as you can see, guys, that is kind of a setup. Like I said, there's a bit more that goes into the automation side of this, but for right now, this will work just fine for hopefully producing extra mercury. Is what I'm hoping. Obviously, we're having to stimulate this a little bit with the amethyst to get this all working, but it is kind of semi-automatically working. Having said that, oh yeah, this is closed, which is why that's not doing anything. Okay, so once this opens up, everything should transfer around. But as you can see, if I put this on a timer, right, this should suck out the commons into here. This will then transfer those out. So this will probably be on a timer. I don't know. I'll have to look at the conversions to see how it works, because this makes 4. I guess this also makes 4. Oh yeah, so all those just got sucked out into there. Now they're getting converted over. Maybe at some point we might need to have multiple of these setups to keep up with the processing speed of everything else. It may not be necessary though, but yeah, that is definitely something we have to look into as well. So yeah, that is kind of the episode for today, folks. Thank you all for stopping by, hanging out. This mod has been hella fun for me. I've been really, really enjoying myself playing it, and I honestly have been inspired in a way to maybe add something similar to this to pedestals. It's honestly been kind of a in my mind to do something pedestally that's similar to this. Maybe not exactly, but something more like ore processy wise. Making like up to 6x like Mechanism does, but with like pedestals in some fashion. And this mod, there is no GUI elements. It is all non-GUI, which is very much something I enjoy. The GUI or GUI elements that there is mainly just like on screen. So like for example, they have a wand, and as you can see in the very bottom, what is that, left-hand corner, the set frequency. And then yeah, if you cycle, you can cycle the different features, which is very cool. So I do like that aspect, and I would love to add that sort of thing to pedestals. I think that'd be nice. For various reasons. So I will probably be digging into this code to see how they do it, and then if I do port, pedestals or something similar, I definitely want to add this sort of feature into my suite of mods. If it's not pedestals, it would be Bibliomania. I think would benefit actually fairly greatly from this, as well as like the crystal blocks mod I have planned. Some of the tools I think would benefit from having some sort of GUI on-screen overlay. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking at as far as things go. So, but yeah, as you can tell, this is actually working. So we're getting some stuff there. Obviously, I need to make that transfer over directly and close this up. We'll close that up, and yeah, we are actually cooking, legitimately cooking. We have Sail Monarch. Throw that in here for more adjusties. which seems to be our limiting factor currently, which is fine. But yeah, once this gets up and running, full on salt production and whatnot, and once we get this evenly distributed, we'll really be able to figure out if this is actually producing a net positive on Mercury, or if we're actually going into the red, so to speak, on some of this. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of how this plays out. And yeah, we'll see you folks next time. Thank you for putting up with me for the last 50 minutes. Golly, 50 minutes again. Ah, it's been so long. But yeah, there's just a lot of setup here today, even though I had everything prepared for the most part. So thank you all for stopping by, hanging out. We'll see you in the next video. Yeah, well, I think we're going to do laser IO. I'm going to do some work off camera to kind of get some quartz going and get some of these laser IO components going. And I think we'll come back next episode. We'll come back with an update on kind of the work situation. And then also we'll come back with an update on doing some laser IO, so we can actually get this fully automated instead of just semi-automated. So yeah, we'll see you folks next one. Have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon. Bye.